I finally quit my job. I know what you're thinking. You're like, in this economy? Really, girl? Like, do you think that was a smart decision? Yes, in this economy. I quit the job that was giving me the most income. Sorry, I'm like so leaned in. I started to become so miserable and I would literally cry before going on my commute. And I would get teary before walking in the door. Like, that is so, it sounds so dramatic, but that's my truth. Like, I was just getting so sick and tired of that job, and I know that it could have been much worse, and I actually can't give you every single detail, like every story of the reason why I wasn't happy at that job anymore, because that would just be sharing way too much. It's just a little bit too personal, so I'm gonna talk more about how I did it, what my plans are. I quit 2 months ago. It's been a doozy. Like, it's been 2 whole months of like me trying to figure it out, especially financially. I had a part-time job as an in-house videographer and video editor, and I was making $40 the hour. I'm getting emotional because my pay was amazing. I'm so grateful that I got that opportunity, especially the hourly rate that I got was such a blessing. It came at the perfect time when I needed it. Before this job, I had graduated with a master's degree, and then I was unemployed. I forgot how long. I think it was like 6 to 8 months. And during that time, I had been applying and applying and applying. Nothing. Okay, so when this job came, it was like saved my chances of getting to live here. So I'm very grateful for now the year and 8 months that I got to have at this job. It's all going by so fast, it's ridiculous. I feel like my mentality after college, I was a little greedy and like impatient. Like, I actually don't know if greedy is a word, but I just wanted fast success. And I had built this narrative during college that like, oh, after I graduate, like because it's NYU, I'm just gonna have everything lined up. And then that didn't happen. So then I ended up getting my master's, and then I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna have a master's degree. So like everything is gonna be so lined up. That also didn't happen. Now, as I approach age 25, almost, not yet, life has really shown me that I need to be patient. And so now I am being a lot more patient. But one thing that I really am prioritizing is my happiness. I actually saw this quote on my friend's story while I was out on a walk in the morning, and it feels like that's the exact reason why I needed to leave this job. The quote was something like, the universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to the frequency that you're on. The quote went something like that. And look, I like to write down my goals. I like to make vision boards. I'm the manifestation queen. But with the horrendous low frequency that I was on at the tail end of my job, nothing was gonna come true for me. I was waking up so numb and sad because I felt like I was stuck and I wasn't progressing anywhere in my career, and I was just gonna stay stuck being a videographer behind the camera, when in reality I want to be a performer and I want to be a creator in a different way. I'm also a very religious and spiritual person, so I prayed and I asked the universe to give me more signs of what I should do, and everything was pointing to me quitting. The company was also having so many layoffs all throughout while I worked there, but it was getting worse towards the end. And even though my job was so essential, like without me, okay, how are you gonna have any video documentation of anything? Every single company needs video in order to market whatever it is that they're selling, right? So I was like, I'm essential. But then I started to feel like, even though I am essential, like so many other people that are essential as well are getting laid off. So like, what is stopping them from laying me off? Especially because I was so well paid, like it would benefit them to lay me off. I had been really thinking about it all throughout May, and then I went on my girls trip, talked about it with my best friends, got super mixed like opinions on what I should do, which I totally understand. I feel like leaving your main income job, it's like not advised by anyone unless you have something lined up. It was gonna be a really risky thing for me to do. Then I came back to the city. I was getting some good energy from the air, and so then I put my big girl boots on and I quit my job. I knew that it was right because I wasn't shaking at all. My heart was not pounding out of my chest. I was not sweating, which I usually do when I'm very nervous. I was just fine, and I sat by the computer. I knew what I was about to do. I didn't know exactly how I was going to say it because I knew I would do it one day, but I officially decided that I would quit when I was on my commute on my way to work. And then I turned my chair and I had to tell my boss that I wanted to talk to him about something very important, that it was going to affect our future plans that we had set in stone. You see, I don't know any corporate lingo even now. I was never meant to be a corporate girl. Then I just said that I was unfortunately gonna have to give my 2 weeks notice. I listed a bunch of reasons why, and I said that I just wanted to pursue freelancing and all the different kinds of things that I do full time. And I just explained that I knew that it was such a huge risk and that I just wanted to open myself up for more opportunities. By having more time, that more opportunities would flow my way. That was pretty much it. My boss was super sweet about it. He totally reassured me that, especially because of the way things were going in the company in general, that this was a good decision. And of course he was sad about it because the video team was just me and him. So then now I was just leaving all the workload to him, which was crazy of me. And then get this, okay? I feel like it's not the best thing for me to be sharing this online, but nobody watches these anyway. So a month after I left, my boss ended up getting laid off. I'm still angry about it. Justice for my boss. Because literally, what is wrong with them? They wiped the one person that was their video team. And of course, I wasn't there anymore, so I don't know the details, but just from the outside, that looks crazy. And obviously I'm connected to my boss, so I just feel bad. And the main reason why I'm bringing up that point is that I had a feeling that I could be laid off, and I probably would have been laid off a month later. So this is called me leaving on my own terms. That was horrible news when I was told that. I mean, I'm just relieved that I left when I did. I feel iffy saying these things because I rent studio space from this company all the time. Still today, I'm literally gonna be there tomorrow. So I'll say some positive things before I move on. I absolutely loved my coworkers. I think that I got treated really well. I loved my job until I didn't. At the beginning, it was great. And I think that if I just had a bigger team, things would just be less stressful. I mean, I'm sure so many of you relate, just all over the world, everyone is short-staffed. So of course, your job is gonna get way more stressful when you don't have coworkers to lean on. With the state of the economy, technically it's not their fault. I'm sure they wish that they could have a huge video team. So I'm not trying to shit on them or anything. Simply, I'm just stating the facts. Anyway, let's move on from that. You may be asking are you on a better frequency now? Absolutely. Even just the fact that I've been going on morning walks. Of course, it's been nerve-wracking at times, and I've had a few cries when it comes to money and paying bills and stuff. But Manuel and I have talked about this a lot. The reason why we're not as stressed as we could be is because we're both hustling so much. We are working and chasing our dreams all day. We just know that there is a super bright future ahead of us, and money comes and goes. It flows, hopefully, towards me. And we just know that everything is gonna be okay. So super privileged with the fact that I was able to quit, feeling blessed. I have a roof over my head, I have food. Those affirmations just help me know that everything's gonna be okay. And again, this gratitude and overall just more zest that I have for life again, it's just helping me be on a better frequency, and that actually has helped. So right after I quit for a whole month, I was able to focus and put my whole heart and soul into a choreo project. When I quit, I actually had 0 lined up. Right after that, I got into 2 shows, which is where I got to perform this dance piece with the most incredible cast of women. I'm still not over it. We performed now 5-ish weeks ago. The biggest highlight of my summer. It gave me so much reassurance, the amazing experience that the girls had, and how great the performances ended up going. It just made me know that I am going in the right direction. And then right after those performances, one of my friends who's a music artist also reached out to me asking if I could be her long-term choreographer, and there's several projects that we have lined up. So that is so exciting. I've also still been freelancing in video, although I still haven't had the funds to invest in my own actual professional equipment, because this camera is a vlogging camera. It's not enough for actual professional video gigs. I've been making it work thanks to my amazing friends. I've been borrowing their professional cameras. Bless. because without them, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do those gigs. But so I'm still making it work with a few video freelance work that honestly really does help pay the bills. Just quickly gonna add in this little tidbit because I feel like I didn't add enough emphasis on this. I did find that after quitting, my creativity, my actual motivation to choreograph and make things happen went up. And I also did a lot of freelance gigs in the summer as a choreographer. I feel like sometimes my identity as a choreographer like doesn't shine through too much in my YouTube channel. I think it's because I find it so like sacred, like choreo is my baby. But anyway, if you want to see any of the choreo projects that I was up to this summer, sorry that my baby neighbor is screaming and crying. But yes, you can follow me on Instagram. I have all of my choreo videos on there. I have been hustling so hard making my Instagram my literal LinkedIn because the vibe for this summer was giving like I'm putting it all on the line. Like I wasn't making much money, so I was like, if I'm gonna make choreo, it's gonna be bomb and I'm gonna post it. So yes, I'm proud of all of the choreography projects that I got to work on in the summer. I feel like I am always putting a lot of emphasis on like the video jobs that I do because I feel like people just take it more serious. Really, if you were to look at my artist and work brain in general, video doesn't take up more than half of that. It's just something that I do to make money, la la la. I just want to make the point that for the first time ever, I'm feeling less like an imposter as a choreographer and I'm finally making money as a choreographer too. I think that has been the most reassuring thing in just like being able to call myself a choreographer confidently and to not always use video as an excuse. And I feel like I did that in this video a little bit, which is why I find it important to insert this. Yes, I am chasing my dreams of being a full-time artist, and that consists of me being a choreographer, a dancer, a performer, a creator, and then also I could do video too. You know what I mean? So that's the vibe. And I'm literally not gonna stop this time. I'm not gonna give up until I make my dreams come true. Like, literally putting it all on the line. Like, struggling so hard financially to make it all work. So anyway, okay, back to me speaking before. And just 2 weeks ago, so I didn't have like a steady job for like a month and a half. I just got 2 front desk part-time jobs. One of them is a work study, and I basically just work 1 shift every single week in exchange for free dance classes, which really helps to cut down on costs because dance classes in the city are $25. Who is gonna be paying $25 to $50 to train every single day? It's just so unrealistic, especially for dancers. It's so unaffordable. So I'm really excited about that one. It's been super fun. I've just worked 2 shifts, and you'll see in my next vlog and in so many of my vlogs to come, like now I'm taking so much dance class, which is exactly what I needed, like that push to actually try and go 3 to 5 times a week. And the classes at this studio are bomb. They have so many foundational classes in street and club styles, which is exactly what I'm looking to strengthen both as a dancer and choreographer. So it just aligns perfectly. Not to mention the community there is super welcoming. So all around, that job has my heart. I'm probably gonna be doing that work study for as long as I can. The next job that I got is paid. It's minimum wage, and definitely from quitting the job that was paying me $40 the hour, it hurts a little bit. It does. But you know what? If I'm gonna be happier, then that's what matters, right? Working front desk at a gym. Yesterday, I just worked my first full shift after training. I'm trying my best to not have a sales voice because basically I have to stand at the front and like, you know, check people in and be like, hi, welcome, and smile the whole time, which like I thought was gonna be kind of exhausting. Yesterday I was in a really good mood, and I feel like I'm a very naturally smiley person in general, so like it didn't feel forced. It was fine. But the hardest part so far was having to answer the phone, and like people are trying to freeze or cancel their membership, or like they just have a question about something, and I'm still learning the system. Like, again, yesterday was my first day, so everything was new. And every time I answered the phone, like that was the part that felt the most unnatural. Like I was just like, hi, thank you for calling. This is Sammy speaking. Who am I speaking to? Like it was just so uncomfortable. But I practiced with Manuel, and I think that for tomorrow's shift, I got it, okay? But I'm promising myself that I'm not gonna have a squeaky sales voice because I actually refuse. I would like to think that I do a good job of trying to keep my voice, like whenever I record myself. I would like to think that this is how I sound whenever I talk to people. Like maybe the inflection sometimes can be kind of video-y, but I have been told that I speak on camera like the same way that I speak in real life. I'm gonna try and not be so squeaky at my job. The main perk of this job is that I get to work out for free. So I canceled my Orange Theory membership, and that is also cutting down on costs. Like now I'm not gonna have to be spending on dance classes or on anything fitness related because I'm just gonna really try and take advantage of the perks that these jobs are giving me. Working out and dancing are the two main perks that I find are gonna bring my productivity levels and mood up. Both places that I'm working at also have a lot of natural light versus the job that I quit. I literally worked in a closet. It wasn't actually a closet, but it felt like one. So I'm definitely gonna get a little bit busier. Now I'll be freelancing full-time and working these part-time jobs and still trying to work on my own creative projects. And now making so much more time for my YouTube channel because I think the main reason why I kept falling off from making videos is because videos started to feel like my job, because it was, and just not in a good way. I would open Premiere to edit a YouTube video and it felt like I was at work, especially towards the end when I started to not enjoy it so much. The last thing that I wanted to do when I got home was to edit, and just editing my last YouTube video that I just posted, like, it was so fun. I genuinely love editing these videos and I can already feel like the joy coming back. I'm just so much happier, very proud of myself for taking a risk and following my gut instinct and the signs of the universe. That's pretty much the long-winded story, and I'm excited to document my new routine. My zest for life is coming back. I feel like I could literally cry. I've talked about it a little bit on this channel and I'll never share the actual details because they're that down horrendous, but like I had been at my lowest point in life. I think now it's been 9 months ago. So to just feel that I'm finally like on the up, it's just such a relief. And I'm just gonna end the video here because because I look super ugly when I cry. Yeah, it's just a relief to like feel like me again and be my happy self. So happy that I'm documenting this part of my life because I know that it'll be a blessing to get to like look back on this interesting, crazy time that is called being in your mid-20s. Yes, I'm also just like relieved for you guys because the vibe in my vlogs, at least for now, is gonna be so much happier. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, and go ahead and subscribe. Do it right now. I literally just cried, so like not to guilt trip you, but like you should subscribe. I'll see you in the next video and I'm excited to show you again my new routine. Okay.